started.
Thank you. So we start the game with 7 cards each. This little marker here is just a turn. So this is the year. They have some flavor up here. This is the year 218 BC, where Hannibal historically crossed the Alps. We'll see if in this version of history it happens or not. So I'm going to, I guess I'll draw first from this deck here. I'm going to draw 7 cards. You can draw your own 7 cards when you're ready. And then the Carthaginian player typically has the option of whether they want to go first or not. You can decide if you want to go first by playing a campaign card. So would you like to play a campaign card?
So my army's there and there. I do not want to play a campaign card.
Right. Just reading through my cards.
Yeah, I'm doing the same. So the strategy deck is this one, right? The one with the elephant.
And the combat, I think it's called the combat deck, is the blue one with the cross swords.
Yeah.
All right, I will start.
Okay.
By activating Hannibal. And I'm going to leave. So Hannibal has 2 subordinates. He has Mago and Gizgo with him. I'm going to leave Mago with. I'll give him 1 troop. Okay, see, there it is. Hey, come on. It's not letting me grab pieces out of here. I can't go out of there. I can get them. There we go. There, I got it. Okay. 1 troop from Mago. And then I'm going to move Hannibal. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So Carthage used
And I'm done.
this card for 1 OP to move Hannibal, to activate Hannibal.
So it's not like Twilight Struggle where if I play a card that's yours, it doesn't fire, does it? The event.
Correct. It is not like that.
Okay. That's good.
This is a little bit simpler game, in my opinion, than Twilight Struggle. It plays very different, but
it's very similar, but also, I don't know, different, because that game's not really fighting. This is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That game is the whole, the PC markers.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
but expanded.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure which order to do this in. I will do Hanno Council's Carthage for the event.
All right.
So you're prohibited
from leaving Africa. Okay.
So that's until the strategy deck is reshuffled.
we should pull this one out so that way we know it's in effect. So we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
All right. I will play Truce for the event, but this actually triggers the reshuffling of the deck. The end.
Ah, and that gets removed.
I'm not playing it for the event, though. I'm playing it for playing at PCs. But regardless, I'm going to put a PC there and a PC there. Your turn.
Okay. I will play. Oops.
And I believe now, Cisalpine Gaul is now under my control.
This one, I think.
Are aligned to me.
So I'll play
Team
this.
Blue.
I'll play this for the PC markers. So I'll put them there.
All right. Let's see, can I get no, okay, that's not good. I will play one ops to activate Hannibal. It's going to go 1, 2, 3. Crossing the Alps is 2 movement. Is that right, Alex?
Yeah, I think it says here.
Crossing the Alps. -2 if crossing a non-Alp pass.
That's that's the attrition.
Yeah, okay. So
It's
it's 2 movements, I guess, right? But I can look it up if you want to check.
Yeah, if you could. Actually, if you're gray, I don't know, are you going to be able to interact in the rules?
I have them popped up on my second.
Oh, yeah, you have them on your okay. Good call. Let's see, is it page 11? Movement. Who can move? I'm pretty sure it's an extra movement, but let's double
This
check.
bit here, I think.
Mountain passes.
2 instead of 1.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so then Hannibal is there.
I can remember last game. I started the siege in, where is this? Massilla?
Yeah.
That's very hard to read. Massilla, and that lasted like the entire game. Like I was held up there. I could never cross the Alps. So Hannibal is dangerously close. I will play Allied Auxiliaries for the event. So that's 2 Roman combat units in any army, I think, in Italy. So how do I do this again? Do I just update this marker here?
Yeah, just mark. Yeah, that's probably the easiest way. I'm going to delete some of the snapping points in the mod. I don't care for them. I'll do the same for you.
Yeah, I don't think I've got that ability.
Yeah, I didn't promote you. I can if you'd like.
Nah, it's fine.
And actually, I forgot these cards are not in the base game. All right, my turn. I am going to activate Hannibal. Cross the Alps. Bum, bum,
Uh-oh.
bum. 1, 2. So, first thing I need to do, he's got 2 more movement left, but let's do the attrition thing. So if crossing Alps, non-Alps. So I have a strength of 9 total, I think. So I start with 10. Yeah, 7 plus 2 is 9.
Yeah.
So then on the 9 column, or the 9 plus, or 7 to 9 column, I roll 1d6 and I lose that many forces. I'm going to use this die here. Roll, 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 roll. 2. I lose 1.
Damn.
All right, so I still have 2 movement left. And I'm going to go to there and stop. Your turn.
See, I'm starting to think you might attack.
I'm
That's
just
not
trying to
good.
stay true to history. I've crossed the Alps.
So are there any cards I can use for reference? No. Okay, what is the on one of these cards, it's got on the top right, it's got like a soldier, and on the top left, it's got a ship. What do they mean?
I don't know what the soldier means. The ship means that. So I suspect if it's a single ship, then I suspect your card is a 3, but I don't know that for sure. But the single ship means you can use it to do a naval movement with a commander and up to 5 combat units. If it has a double ship symbol, that means you can do up to 10, and those would be the campaign cards. You might, I suggest you, since Alex is our resident GM / arbiter, you could send him a Discord message and maybe tell him what the card is and ask what other questions you might have.
Yeah.
I don't know what the soldier symbol in the upper right is. So
I suspect.
What you described.
I think it's probably just that I can move an army with that card. But you've moved armies with cards.
Yeah, in order for you to move armies, because armies move with the general, so you got 2 different generals. You got Scipio up here in Rome, and you've got T. Longus down in Sicily. Longus activates with a 2 or a 3 card, and Scipio activates with a 3. Or actually, Longus is 2, 3, or a campaign card, and Scipio is a 3 or a campaign card.
Yeah, so I'll send Alex. I'm going to send you a few photos of some cards, and it's just the top right symbol. I don't know what that means.
It is the top right, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. I will write it to you, okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
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 Okay, thanks, Alex.
Yeah, I'm going
So,
on, silence mode again.
okay. Okay, I will do 2, 3. So let's look at Hannibal here. Once per battle, may use a probe battle card as a flank left. Oh, that's pretty good. And Scipio has a strategy rating of 2 when in Iberia. That's not great, because I'm not in Iberia. What are you going to do? I will recruit people, I think. So I'll play this card here to recruit 1 soldier
Okay, yeah, that's what it means. Yeah.
to Longus
All right.
in Sicily, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. That's my turn.
I will do something similar. I will have African reinforcements. I will place 2 elephant combat units in Carthage.
Uh-oh.
So those go with Hanno, who is in, where is he at?
This card here.
Yeah. That's 2. Done.
Hmm. At what point do I elect new consuls? Is it the next turn?
Next turn. At the beginning of the next turn. Or
Okay.
I guess it's the reinforcements. I forget if it's at the beginning or the end of this turn in the progression, but after all the cards we play here.
Yeah.
I think it's the beginning of the next turn.
I will play this card for the event.
Celtiberia revolts. All right. It's out here, right? So all these go away.
I think
And
you
then,
lose control over
yeah,
it. It's this
exactly.
one.
I can just delete it or move it off, whatever.
I can't delete it.
All right, I'm going to promote you. Oh. All right, so you've been promoted, so you can delete things now.
Nice. Thanks.
So that was your play.
Yeah.
I am going to play. What do I got here? Macedonian reinforcements. Place 2 Carthaginian combat units in any friendly controlled port in Africa or Italy. Oh, they only played when Macedonian alliance is in effect, which it's not in effect.
Okay.
In that case, I'm not going to play that card. I'm going to play instead. Should we read this one all the way through? Actually, I will play that card, but just for the PC markers this time. So I'm going to put 1 there and 1 there.
Can you only place PC markers on a coastal and then inland, right?
You can put them anywhere there's an empty spot, or you can flip them, like I said before, if you have combat unit there. Where it becomes a factor is at the end of each turn, there's this political isolation phase or process will go through, and your PC markers have to be able to trace a line either to a friendly combat unit or either friendly port or a friendly port. That's the base. I think that's the gist of it. There might be some other little.
What about the tribe that you have here?
Tribe, I think, too counts. Yeah, that's a good question. So, So in essence, by playing these two here, I've made it hard for you. Not impossible, because the way you could go, if you landed a troop in here, like here or here or here, one of these spots, or in theory, someplace over here, and then converted it to your own side. So it's a two-step. It'd be two plays, but you could, if you could then start to go into here and be able to keep your PC markers, because if you can't, during that isolation phase, if you can't trace back to a friendly combat unit or a friendly port or a friendly tribe, then that PC marker is removed from the board. So by doing that, I made it harder for you, not impossible, but harder for you to be able to come in here and start taking these.
Yeah. Okay. Is it my go?
It is your turn.
I'm going to do major campaign.
Nice.
So
sandbagging this whole time.
Yeah. I didn't know when to play it. So each general, so 3 generals, I've only got 2, so I can move all of them. 4 spaces with up to 10 combat units. Is that 10 combat units overall, or is that just per general?
Per general. Good question.
Okay.
And this double ship thing here means that one of those, if you want, could be a naval movement. Doesn't have to be, but could be.
Yeah.
And naval movements go from port to port, and the ports are with the little ship symbols.
So I get a -1 to my dice roll for a blue, don't I?
You're Rome, so you do not have to worry about these little dots. That's only for me. You have command of the seas. So yeah, that's a big advantage for Rome in this game.
So what about places like here? Is this a port that I can land in?
No, it'd have to be like these two.
It has to have
would
a
be
ship
fine.
symbol.
It has to have a ship symbol. You could land here too, technically. It would just be, as a buddy of mine used to play with, we refer to it as a one-way ticket. Because if you lose the fight, then you're gonna lose the army. But yeah, anywhere where there's a port symbol, you can land.
Mago. He's only got 1 unit. That is tempting. Who's this guy? Hasdrubal. So make counterattack on a dice roll of 1 to 2 if original attacker. How does counterattacks work?
So which general was this you're looking at?
This is the second consul here.
Okay, so longest. So in battles, what we'll do is there'll be some process where we'll each get a certain number of battle cards, which are the blue cards. It'll be based on how many combat units you have, the military rating of the general, which is the number in the upper right with the kind of the white box or yellowish box. So he'd get 1. He would get 2 if you fought with him. And then there is the allies in terms of who controls, the most provinces in the general region you're at. Excuse me, and whoever gets more, I think, gets an additional 2 cards. For Africa, something special. But when you're fighting, let me finish my thought here. When you're fighting, the way the fighting works is we're each going to have a collection of battle cards in our hand, and if you were the initiating attacker, you would play the first card. You kind of have the initiative, quote unquote. You play a card, and if I can match that card, then I have the chance to take the initiative away from you by rolling a d6. And if I roll the battle rating of my general, which is the number in the square or lower on a d6, then I get the next card play. So you're reacting to my card play, and it goes back and forth. What this special ability for T. Longus is saying is if that's the counterattack, is that playing that dice roll. So if you're he likes to attack historically, I guess. So his counterattack roll, if he loses the initiative, is a 1 or a 2 rather than normally would be a 1 on a d6. Okay. So basically 1 in 6 chance versus 2 in 6 chance, or 1/3.
So with
makes sense.
Scipio here, yeah. Is this so strategy rating is the top right number, right?
Correct. This the left number is activation, and this is when he's fighting battles and doing battle-related things.
So Scipio's has a strategy rating of 2 when in Iberia. So,
so when he's
what would his strategy rating be without
the 3? So the 3 becomes a 2 when he's in Spain or Iberia.
Oh, right. Okay, so he's easier to move.
Historically, he did a bunch of campaigning in Spain early in the Second Punic War, I guess. This is Scipio Africanus' father, I believe. He's a halfway decent general in Iberia.
Think I'm gonna go on the counterattack. So with this major campaign, Longus is gonna go 1, 2. Is this crossroads? Does that?
That's an extra movement, so it'd be 3, 4 if you want to go there.
3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
And Scipio, this is risky since Hannibal's so close. He's gonna land where Mago is.
All right.
So I think a battle ensues.
Well, Mago's special ability. His special ability is the naval stuff. He doesn't get any special. He's going to attempt to retreat. So let's look up that. I think I need to roll a d6. He's going to withdraw from battle, I think is the technical term. So he needs to roll a 2 or less, I believe. So let's actually, do I want him to do that? No, he's going to stand and fight because why not? All right, so let's randomize this deck here. Probably the first thing we should do is just for ease of using the mod and TTS is flip your card in your hand and move it off to the side, because that way the battle cards we draw will be in your hand. You don't get them mixed up with your other cards, but we each only have one, so it's not that big of a deal. But all right, let's do some calculations here. So you have a strength of 10.
Yep.
And a battle rating of 2. So you're going to get 10 cards for the troops and 2 for his battle rating. You do not have any allies in Iberia, so you don't get any extra cards for that. So you get a total of 12 cards. So go ahead and do 6 and 6 or something like that, whatever, or 10, 9 and 3. You have to do it
I pressed very quickly 1 and 2 and it worked.
Oh, it worked. Okay, cool. So then I have a strength of 1 and a battle rating of 2. So that's 3 total. And then I have 2 of the provinces aligned to me. So that's another 1 for each one of those. So a 3 goes to 5. And Alex, if you think we get something wrong, please speak up. And you start us off, Brent. So you have... So the nothing wrong yet. Thank you. A helpful tip. Just to the right of the board, there is a little chart here that shows you the distribution of battle cards. So there, you can see here that the most common card is frontal assaults. There's 12 of them. Then the flank attack lefts and rights are 9 each. Then probes are 8. Double envelopment is 6. And reserve is a wild card. You can use it for anything. Double envelopments are nice because if you win with that, and again, the battles are basically you're going to play a card and I'm going to try to match it with that exact same card. And if I'm successful, then I roll the dice. And if I roll my general's battle rating or lower, then I get to play the next card and you have to match me. And whenever a player cannot match the other player, so if you played something and I can't match it, then you win the battle. The battle's over and you win. Then there's a process for retreating and losing troops and all that type of thing. If you win with a double envelopment, then you increase the chances that the loser is going to lose more troops, potentially lose his whole army if he rolls bad. But playing a double envelopment means that you automatically hand over the initiative to the other player. So if they match it, then they automatically get to play the next card. They don't have to roll. Probe is sort of the reverse of that, in the sense that winning with a probe is going to result in less casualties. That's about it. And then, so you attach with Scipio, and his special ability is he's a 2 in Spain. So okay.
So who's the special? Mago. So he's got no special stuff.
No special ability for combat. So he's just a 2 on a dice roll.
Scipio
so this is in terms of generals, this is an even fight. In terms of your strength, you're considerably stronger than me. So
yeah, I think so. I'm a betting man. I see there's 6 double envelopments. I will play a double envelopment.
All right, let's put it right there. All right, I will match your double envelopment.
Rats.
All right,
But
and
may I say, keep the cards to the left and to the right both, so
call,
you can
yeah.
better count the numbers later on.
Good call. Yes. So I match. So then, since it was a double envelopment, I automatically get the initiative. I don't need to roll.
Yep.
I will counter with a probe. So if you have a probe or a reserve is a wild card, so you can use that for anything, then you would want to play it now.
I play a probe.
All right. So now roll your D6, and you want to get a 2 or less, because a 2 is the rating of your general.
Whoops.
All right. That was not a 2 or less, so then it's my play. I will flank attack right you.
I match that.
All right. Roll the D6. There's your 2 or less, so now you get to play.
I'm going to do another double envelopment.
Nice. I'm going to use the reserve. And so I automatically get the initiative because it's double E. Frontal assault.
Frontal assault. Okay.
If you didn't have one of those, I would be shocked.
Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. I will do a reserve.
A reserve. Wow. All right. I think. So this is, I think, the first time I've ever seen this for one play. So you roll your D6 to see if you get a 6 or less. That'll make it easier for us. You don't. All right. So then I still have the initiative. What does that mean? No. I don't have any cards left. I think it goes to you, but clan battles. Let's see. Card limit 20. Battle round. I've seen it here.
There we go.
The attacker wins if the defender cannot or will not match the battle card. The defender wins if the attacker has no battle cards for waning, which is not the case. I cannot match. So I think essentially you win the battle.
It says will not match either. Is there an option that you can just choose to not match it?
I suppose so. That's what that was trying to say.
Yeah.
You're the attacker. I'm the defender.
So I think
All right. So you win the battle. We're going to just say you win the battle. All right. So then what do we do next? First, we determine the casualties that we both take. Keep the battle cards here for now. So let's see. Where's it? Land battle casualties. I'm looking right here. After the battle, if the winner has been determined, the winning player rolls on the attrition table. Determine the number of combat units that must be removed from both sides. The number of cards played by the player who played the most determines the column. Okay, so you would have had to have played a card, any card. I can't match anything. So that means when we see you've played a total of 6 cards. So then that means on the attrition table, we use column 6. You go ahead and roll a die. It's going to be this column.
I didn't
4.
work. Keep doing that.
Right. 2. Okay, so we both lose 1, which is all I had. So go ahead and lose 1. And then what else? I can't lose anymore, so we really don't. Had I had more troops, then I would roll one of these dice over here, depending on, I forget how we determine which one to use. We'll come to that at later battle because I know that'll come up. Losses after battle. The loser of the battle will lose a number of combatants determined by this. Okay. The smaller die is used if the loser's army began the battle with 4 or less. So since I began the battle with 4 or less combat units, I would have used the smaller die if I had more troops, because it would be considered a small battle. When the attacker loses by running out of cards. Okay, no, that didn't happen. What I need to do now is political consequences. The loser must now remove a number of his own PC markers equal to half the number rounded down.
So none.
None in this case.
But first the question, is Margot displaced, right?
Yeah, that's where I want to find out next. I think he would be. Street losses. So the question, Brent, is what happens to my commander since all my forces were destroyed? Let's look up. Is there a index at the back?
So if I remember correctly, it also makes a difference in which phase they are lost. If it only is at the land battle casualties phase or the retreat losses after battle phase also.
Mm-hmm.
Let me
look up the word. Is there a word? Is there an index? That's what I was looking for. Withdrawals, retreats, land battles. I guess 17. Which is where we were before. Counterattacks. Retreats, maybe? I'm not seeing it up here. Political consequences. Sue for peace. Oh, that's another way you can win the game, I guess. If you lose enough, if you have to get rid of PC markers and you don't have enough to get rid of, you can lose that way. Never seen that happen. Withdrawals.
You'd have to lose a lot of battles, though, right?
Yeah, it'd be late in the game, I would think.
So here it is written at 10:10. Displaced generals. A general also becomes displayed if all CUs accompanying the general are eliminated due to retreat die roll casualties. To retreat die roll casualties.
10.
It's 10.10. Look it up.
Yep.
And, just here.
It is the second sentence, right?
Commanders are eliminated due to retreat die roll, retreat losses, or the naval movement table. A general is not displaced if all under his commander moved due to the attrition table. Or the okay, so there you go.
First, you
so he is
have to roll onto the retreat die roll, right?
Right.
It's a technical.
But I didn't. I don't have. Yeah, it's a technicality.
Yeah.
I don't have any troops left. 2 swords. Frontal assault. So if I had troops, then it would have. But I already had it removed. So he needs to retreat. He will retreat to there. Where's retreats? Avoiding retreats. Not leaving it in. I'm going to retreat all this. Removed. Must retreat to a space that is both friendly controlled and clear of enemy combat units. If you have more than one space to which you may retreat with, first you must pick the closest one. If 2 or more at equal distance, the retreating player may choose. Which a player may, at his option, choose a retreat path that is not the closest if it will cause fewer combat. I must retreat to a space that is both friendly controlled. A force can retreat up to 4 spaces. A retreat must end on a friendly. I'm going to retreat then to the spot with Hasdrubal. I think I can do that, right? So I can go up to 4.
Yeah, I would say so.
All right. So that is the battle. The battle ensued. So that's the end of your turn with him. That stops his movement. You already moved the other guy, Longus, so I believe your turn is done.
Yep. So what about these
there
cards?
was no political consequence because it was only 1 unit, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So these cards...
These cards now, combine them, flip them, put them back in this deck. Same with the ones that are over there. I had no flank. I had only 5 cards, so I had a bunch of, not much. I had garbage. I guess I had a reserve, so that was good.
I forgot how many cards you had, so I played that reserve.
Flip them, there you go. And then
I played that reserve, hoping that you'd be thrown off and do more frontal assaults.
All right, so now it's my play. My last card is Hannibal.
Uh-oh.
For the event. Play of Hannibal is in Italia. Convert 2 Roman non-walled PCs into Carthaginian PCs in any space in Italy which does not contain any Roman combat units. I am going to...
Can I propose a break after this turn?
Yes. I'm going to flip these 2 here, which makes Lucania Carthaginian aligned now. So we could have flipped that. I'm going to just copy these.
Didn't realize that you could flip them.
Yeah, you can flip them. And then that is my last play, so you get the last play.
Well, it'll be this card. I should have done that earlier. No, just reading it now.
Yeah, I would have got 2 less cards, but yeah.
I don't think it would change the outcome of the battle, really, though.
It wouldn't have. I think it's better that you didn't play him. So now you have this to do something with.
So
you can put you can't activate your generals because there's a 1. They're all so you could basically put a flag down somewhere.
Yeah. But where? I will do... So, could I put 1 here? Because it traces back...
You can certainly place it. The question is, will it be removed during political isolation or political control phase? And let me...
It will be.
So you can trace back...
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Would it be removed because
it has no... it cannot trace back to a port or another city. Or a general. But the general would need to stand on a PC marker right now in order to trace it back.
All right.
Correct or not? Let me.
Let's look it up. Removing isolated during the political isolation phase. Okay. PC marker is isolated if it cannot trace a path to a friendly combat unit or a friendly controlled tribe or a friendly controlled port or a friendly controlled walled city. I think it would actually stay.
Okay.
Because you have friendly combat units right here.
He's not besieging.
He's not besieging right now, but he's going to take attrition here coming up. Path may lead through one or more vacant spaces. The path cannot cross a mountain pass or enter a space containing an enemy PC marker. Okay, actually, this part here probably excludes it. Or a neutral tribe, unless a friendly combat unit is also in that space. Actually, no, it confirms it. Or a space with enemy combat units, unless a friendly PC is also in the space. So yeah, you can, and they will not be isolated, or it will not be isolated.
Okay.
Okay. That being said, I'm not going to put it there. I've changed my mind. I will put it, I think, there.
All right. That is the end of that. What's next? So we just did the strategy phase. I'm looking over here. So now we do winter attrition. All combat units with or without generals in spaces containing an enemy PC or non-friendly tribe suffer attrition. So that would be Scipio and his boys. You have a strength of 10, I believe.
9,
right?
I think.
9? Oh yeah, because you lost one. So on the attrition table, so go ahead and roll a d6. I'm having issues with my TTS. Roll a d6. You want to roll high. Darn it. So you lose 1.
Nice.
So go ahead and deduct that. That's winter attrition. So nicely done. Political isolation removal. I don't think we have any. These are fine. These are fine. These are fine because of the tribe. Yeah, so everything's
They're
fine.
also connected to the port as well.
Yeah, and
True.
to the tribe, by the way.
Yeah, the tribe. Victory check. Actually, before so we count up provinces. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 1, 2, 3. You also have 8. So there's a tie. Had there been, had you had like 9 and I had 8, a difference of 1, then I would be forced to remove one of my PC markers anywhere on the board. But since we have a tie, neither of us have to.
Would I have to remove it if you had?
Yes. Likewise, if I had an 9 and you had an 8, you would have to remove one from anywhere on the board.
Okay.
Victory check. There's no one's won the game. So turn 2, and you wanted to take a short break, so let's do that now. How long are you thinking?
I've got to hang washing up, so 15 minutes at the most.